for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. Your check is I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong...
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up? So it's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we do that, do me a favor, man. Hit that like, and if you new, hit that subscribe, man. It's free to you, but it mean the world to me. Hey, if y'all got the ability to hype the video up, hit that hype button too, man. We got a new button, the hype button. It helps push the video out to the algorithm, so we get more people over here to have more conversation. Right? But that being said, let me get it to the chat. Let me get it to the chat. My 33 brother, Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown. What it do with the business is, man? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Dee Dee. Dee 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 Dee. Is Dee Dee in the chat? Why did I think I seen Dee Dee? Well, I guess Dee Dee not in the chat yet, but she'll be here shortly. But what up, though, man? Hey, man, we've been talking about delusion the last couple days. Expectation, delusion. Now it's time to talk about one of the byproducts of delusion, and that's dysfunction. And that's how a lot of people operate nowadays. They dysfunction, right? So when we think of dysfunction, damn, my bad, I was supposed to have this pulled up by now, and I didn't. Well, we're gonna look at the definition of dysfunction because I think it explains why a lot of things are the way they are. Like I said, I think the mass majority of people are dysfunctional, right? Literally. Like, no pun intended. Oh, man, hold on, bro. I gotta switch profiles. Why is this? Okay, here we go. My bad, I don't need y'all all to my business. My daughter, you going ape shit right now. She don't feel good. And she want daddy, so I probably won't be home too long tonight. So if y'all want to hit the link, it is pinned. We can have this conversation. But yeah, I probably won't be on too long tonight. I hear my wife calling for backup. Maybe so. There she go. Dee dee. Dee 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 dee. What up, sis? Told y'all she'd be in shortly. Alright, so check this out. When you look at dysfunction, it takes an abnormality or impairment in the function of a specific body organ or system. You know, social system is a system. Dysfunction or failure of normal social relationship or political process. And when we talk about delusion, it's a false belief. My daughter in there calling me. She like that. Hold on, give me 1 second, right? Give me 1 second. She going ape shit. Here I come. Here I come.
When the baby boys breathe, when the night sees unfold.
Shout out to the commercial break brought to you by the now. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking out. Yeah, my bad, bro. My daughter wanted to tell on my wife. You know, when she won't get shit done, she come to daddy. So, she was snitching on the wife. But, um, yeah, high delusion creates dysfunction is simply because you hold on to false beliefs, right? And we broke down what delusion was. People holding on to false beliefs. And how that creates dysfunction is because you're not functioning in a primary setting in society, even in your own personal life. Entitlement is a sign of clear dysfunction when people feel entitled because nothing is guaranteed to anyone. But for people who just think like they're supposed to have things or get things because they exist, clearly shows they are delusional, and the action that follow behind that delusional mindset is them being dysfunctional, right? So dysfunction is not really the mindset; it's the byproduct of being delusional. Because you think this way, you act this way, and these are the results you get. So a lot of time, like even when I get clients and they keep blaming their situation on things other than their decision making and the choices they make, I tell them like, look, um, this shows why you keep going through the events that you're going through because you're dysfunctional by delusion because you think people are supposed to treat you right. No, that's no guarantee. People can treat you how they want to treat you. Now, if you deal with it, then that's you. So it's not the people's responsibility to treat you right. It's your responsibility to put yourself around the people who appreciate you, right? That's the key. Everyone is not meant to treat you right. So if you go out your house and then somebody mistreating you, you like, oh my God. No, bro. No, no, no. That's not look, we want to live in a civil society, but that's not reality, right? You holding on to a false belief that everything is sugar and lollipops, and it's not. You know, it's evil in the world, right? It's evil there. So it's up to us to discern what's right for us and what's wrong for us. We can't just put ourselves somewhere and expect good things to happen. No, we have to put ourselves in the right places. And that takes work. Right? We gotta observe, we gotta analyze, we gotta take our emotions out of things a lot of time and view things for what they are. I was listening to this brother talk on TikTok the other day, and he was saying most people are in environments that they are not valued, right? And he said that's like taking a car, like a sports car, to a desert where they have no paved roads, right? Yeah, the sports car may be valuable, but in this environment, it's worthless because there's no paved roads. What's more valuable in that? Probably like camels and horses, things that don't need paved roads to travel. So that sports car is just go collect dust. But you take that same car and put it in somewhere where it's valuable at, then it's gonna be appreciated. And that's how we are humans. A lot of time when we don't feel like we're of value, it's not because we don't have value in ourselves. It's because we're in the wrong environments where people don't value it. Maybe what we are, who we are, and what we can do is not valuable in this environment. This is a hard lesson I had to learn. Very hard because you I grew up in the hood. I love the hood. Promise you I do. I love the hood, Mike. I love it. But what I am right now, who I am right now, I am not of value in the hood. I'm not valuable. So I would not be appreciated. If anything, I will be depreciated. I had to learn that some of the people I grew up with, I'm not of value to them because I'm not doing the same thing we did when we was kids, and they still are. So what's valuable to them is people who are more like-minded. I'm not. If I'm telling them, man, hey man, you can do better, you can get better. Not let's go get high, let's get drunk, let's go find a hole. I'm not saying none of that. That's not valuable to them. Even when you're having conversations on here with people, Reading. Everybody on here don't want to be educated, don't want to be motivated, don't want to be inspired. Some people just come on here for entertainment. So what I do will not be of value to them. But that doesn't mean it's not valuable to other people. I just got to find those spaces where what I have is valuable. That's just how we got to do in life. Now that's how you become functionable and not dysfunctional. Put yourself in the right spaces in the right places. You put yourself in the right spaces in the right places, you'll thrive. You put yourself in the wrong places in the wrong spaces, you go deteriorate mentally, emotionally, physically, and then you go start questioning your own value. You'll start questioning your own value. But dysfunction is a byproduct of delusion. And even when we say byproduct, meaning something that comes from it, secondary. I think by definition it says secondary thing that comes from something. Like something that's inevitable, but sometimes unexpected. Or so that's how you can kind of gauge too if you are in that delusion state. Like I said, it's surface delusional, where it go overlooked because it's surface level thing, and then it's deep water delusion, where it's very noticeable. And most people function off of that surface delusion, but that's how you can tell what are the results from. What am I receiving from the way I'm thinking? What results do I yield? What comes from it? Everything has a cause and effect factor to it. Me thinking like this, where has it gotten me in life? Has it made my life better or has it made my life worse? Has it helped improve things not only for myself but the people around me, or have I been detrimental? Right? You got to introspection. You have to look inside yourself and be honest, man. That's one of the hardest parts is to be honest. Right? Be honest with yourself. I'm telling you all this from experience. It was very hard to look at myself and not it would have been easy for me to say, "Oh, I didn't have this, I didn't have that. I was in this position. I grew up in the hood. I didn't start off right. I didn't have resources. I could say all that shit because I didn't. I didn't have a lot of things. But then I will be neglecting the things that I did have, and it might have not been much, but it was enough to get me where I was at. Where I'm at now is enough. And then it's not about what people gave me or how people set me up. It's about me. When I got to that point, like, look, man, my mom and dad gave birth to me, bro. They kept clothes on my back, food on my stomach. I was never, they did the best they can do. Now, what about me? What am I going to do with the opportunity of life that they gave me? A lot of people don't think like that. They think about what their mom and dad didn't give them, what their mom and dad didn't do. And they neglect what they did do or even tried to do. People, when they become adults, they see how hard it is, but they forget that they was kids too, right? You was the kid. And why is that significant? Because when you was a kid, you had a mom and dad doing the same thing that you doing now. So imagine how it was for them. When I go through things as an adult, as a parent now, I be looking back like, okay, that's what that's why mom felt like that, or that's why mom did. It made sense because now I'm experiencing it. But before I experienced it, sometimes it was hard to understand. Like, damn, bro, you could have let me did this. You could have been more lenient. You could have did that. But now I see why she did that because as a parent, I'm thinking the same way. Like, protect my babies. I used to be like, man, why my mama always coming to pick me up? My mama came and picked me up. I got into one big fight in middle school. After that, man, she made a way for either her or somebody to come pick me up from school. She made a way. Somebody was coming to pick me up. If she wasn't doing it, one of my uncles, aunties, or older cousins was. She just made sure, I had an escort home. And I'm like, man, I'm You get becoming older and stuff like, man, I don't need nobody to, but now as a parent, like, man, I'm probably gonna be picking my kids up in high school, bro. Because we just seen what happened in Chicago. That mom went and picked her kids up. Imagine if that mom wasn't there, what they would have did to that little boy and girl had to walk home by themselves. Imagine what would have happened to them. We'd have been talking about an unfortunate story if the mom wasn't there. Them little kids had malice and hate in their heart, beating on somebody. And that little boy was what, a fifth grader? And she said it was eighth graders jumping on him. Like growing up, I used to fight all the time. Right? I used to fight all the time. And when you, as a kid, fighting, you ain't thinking about, you just think about whooping somebody and whooping them good. You don't really understand the consequences and repercussions. Like you can whoop somebody and they get brain damage. They get some type of eternal bleed. They can lose their life. You're not thinking like that. You just like, I just want to whoop them. That's what you thinking. Right? You ain't thinking of the consequences behind the butt whooping you give somebody. Sometimes even as an adult, adults don't think like that. Anytime I'm about to lock horns, I know it's a battle of life or death. That's how I personally look at it because I know what I'm capable of, and I'm not going to exclude with some. I don't know what everybody's capable of. The person across from me might be a badass. He might be better than me. I don't know, but I know when we lock horns, it's a probability that one of us lose our life, and I'm gonna make sure it ain't me. That's my mindset. That's why I try to avoid physical altercations because I know I'm trying to go home to my family. And if that means I got to make you stop moving, then so be it. That's how I look at it, right? A lot of people don't think like that. They just like, oh, I'm a whoop 'em. Man, I didn't see working in the OR. I didn't see people get punched once or twice and have brain damage, bro, because they didn't hit the back of their head off of something. Like even me losing my eyesight, when I got kicked in the back of the head, trust me, I didn't have plenty blows in my life. It wasn't even a hard hit. It wasn't hard. But that's the thing. Like our body, you hit the right spot, it can be the wrong outcome. You can push your nose bridge is a bristle, right? And if you ever seen the skull, you always notice that hole in the skull part. That's where that bristle is at. But there's nothing really protecting that bristle from penetrating the brain. So you can push that bristle up the nose, you can push it up into somebody's skull, and it's over. It's over. You done punctured the brain. Ain't nobody thinking about that when they swinging on people. They just trying to hit them, right? Ain't nobody thinking about that. You can hit somebody in the temple, and your temples are very. They got that's one of the softest bones in the body. Those temples can collapse, and it can puncture the brain. Ain't nobody thinking about that when they fighting. They just trying to hit a person. Your rib cage. If you go from the center, which is called the sternum, and you'll feel all the connections. But when you get to the very bottom, you'll see is the gap there, space. That's where they do CPR chest compressions at because that's where the ribs can collapse and actually push on the heart. Right. This is the purpose of chest compression. That's how you get compressions on the heart. But if you punch somebody there, where those ribs, those are the softest ribs you got. Those can break and puncture a lung easy. I done broke a couple people ribs just doing CPR trying to save their life. I seen one guy doing CPR and then the guy start coughing up blood. That's what he did. He broke the ribs and it punctured his lung. Now his blood, the guy didn't make it. He was trying to save his life, you know. But people not thinking about stuff like that. The realest one is in the building. Stop playing with me. What up, bro? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Ride or die. You want it. We live it. What up, Ryan? Hey, man, I was in there. I wanted to hit the link, but my daughter, she's still woke, man. I wanted to come up there and rap to you about that. But the baby girl still woke. She got a little cold. So yeah, she in there tripping with the wife right now. So I didn't get an opportunity to come up and rap with you. But yeah, that I definitely want to. I heard you saying you go do a part two. I'm gonna do my best to try to hit that panel. Because yeah, those conversations need to be had. But yeah. So like even me knowing all this stuff, right? I will be delusional to think if I get into a fight that you know um somebody can't lose their life. That'd be delusional because I know these things. I know these things. So I will be delusional and then fighting somebody who's not a part or can't defend themselves properly against me fighting them. That'd be dysfunctional, right? That'd be dysfunctional. Like I can really hurt somebody. But then again, it's people out here who think they just badasses, right? And they think a fight is a fight and they can do this and they can do that and they ain't got no type of training and then they run into somebody who's properly trained and then they think and then you see them videos where people they sitting up there next thing you know they on the ground sleep. And they on the ground sleep. Got the straight body, arms that went straight, everything just stiff. Like yeah, you ran into the wrong monster, bro. You ran into the wrong one and you could have lost your life. Like that's man. When I see people stiffen up like that, man, it'd be like I cringe because I know what it is. Like your body shut down. Your body literally, when your body is in danger, it would literally shut down to protect you. People, I done seen like if you watch professional fighters, like they keep getting up, getting knocked down, getting up, getting knocked down. That's not good. That's not good. But they done trained to bypass that aspect of their body of being hurt. They got a higher threshold. These are trained fighters. Like my threshold of pain is above normal than the average person because I that's how I train. I train for pain. I train so my body don't go into that immediate shutdown when I feel certain type of pain. But your body will try to protect itself from your stupidity. Your body will try to protect itself from stupidity. But dysfunction, right? A lot of people are dysfunctional. And these everyday people, friends, family, shit, even your doctors and shit, like professional people. Ain't nobody exempt from this because it's based predicated upon a belief. And that belief, when we went through that chart, beliefs create behavior. The behavior is what yields results in our life. But it's the way it start off by the way we think about it. Our thoughts create feelings. Those feelings create behavior. Behavior creates action. This is why I say in between the aspect of behavior and action, you need to put a thinking apparatus there. You need to filter it with thought. You need to filter your behavior with thought. You need to filter the way you feel about things with thought and understand, is this a rational feeling? Is this rational? Is me thinking like this going to cause an issue or problem? Sometimes you be in a situation in a moment and a lot of people go into a reactive mode, but they don't think about what's going to happen 5, 10 minutes, a day later, a week later, a month later, a year later. They don't think about that. They're just in the heat of the moment. There's a lot of people who function like that. And that, I'll be honest with you, that's why so many people get manipulated. Only thing you gotta do is control a person's emotions because the emotions go control the behavior. Now, if you control a person's behavior, you can almost pattern that. You can pattern a person's behavior and you can create a stimulant that invokes that behavior or induces that behavior and get the required or the desired action from the person. Easy. That's why I always say care about how you feel, bro. Always care about how you feel. When you feel a type of way about something, think why. Why am I feeling like this? Because a lot of times, bro, people like I was talking to my homie earlier and we was talking about that chick I was roasting last night, just Pearly thing. And the more I listen to her, like she says things to trigger black people. That's what she do. She say things to trigger black people, and you gotta then you start thinking why? Why would this person want to trigger black people? So she can solidify her stereotypes about black people. They loud, they angry, they aggressive. Oh, see, look, told you. But you're triggering them, and a lot of black people don't understand the fact that they being triggered. They don't understand the intent of a person's actions. I'm gonna say it like that. Because if I know you're doing this to get a rise out of me or to trigger me, then I'm not gonna let you have it. In fact, I'm gonna call you out about it. I'm gonna tell you your shit stink. I ain't gonna act like you just didn't shit on yourself, because that's what you did. So your shit stink. And there's a lot of people like that, when they say race baiting and stuff. But that's one of the tactics because I'm gonna just be honest with you. A lot of white people study psychology or they have a basic understanding of psychology. And I just don't feel like brown people do. Not just black people. I'm talking about brown people in general. Because a lot of stuff, if it's not taught in school, we don't learn it. We don't learn it. A lot of that psychology shit, that shit is taught in their homes, not just in education system. It's taught in their home. Like me knowing white people, like especially now, like my wife, sister, she got a lot of white friends, and one of her friends wrote a book, and I'm reading a book. She gave a book to my daughter, signed and everything. I'm reading a book, and I'm like, man, this is all about psychology, kids book about psychology, about human behavior and all that, telling you emotions people can react or respond from emotions. This is in the little kid book. They teach them this stuff at home. We don't teach our kids that. So they put up on game at an early age. And then they sit around, they bigot parents and learn all these tactics. And then they go out and do the shit to people. That passive aggressiveness, the condescending, the gaslighting. A lot of brown people are just learning these narcissism. Like they just now learning these concepts. This was already known. So I heard this one black lady today. He was on damn what's his name, Sharon's Wake Up Morning Show or whatever. And she was like, a lot of black people aren't equipped to have conversations with racist white people, and that's a fact. A lot of black people are not equipped to have conversations with racist white people. You're not, because as soon as they say something about black, you get triggered, and then you start feeding into the stereotype, which anybody would if they fucking angry. That's what happens when people angry. They get loud. They get violent. That's what happens when people trigger, bro. When they feel like, how do you defend yourself? Attack, especially when you don't have the vernacular. When you don't have it, it's easy to trigger somebody, bro. It's easy to be triggered. It's easy. And if you constantly put in that state, man, it's just not healthy, man. It's not healthy. Like racist people don't bother me because I know what they are. Like Gary was talking about Cotton Eyes the other day. Reason racist people don't bother me because I know they're beneath me. That's just how I look at it. Like that shit is a mental disease. You're fucking delusional if you think someone is better than you because of skin color. If that's your whole because my skin color is this, I'm better. You fucking delusional. So why would I sit there and argue with a delusional person? I'm probably living better than them. 9 times out of 10, I'm eating better than them. I'm happier in life than them. They the ones that get the angry and mad. I mean, I don't look at a person and say I'm better than them because of my color. I don't look at a person and say I'm better than them because I'm smarter or more educated. I don't look at people like that. I look at people and say I'm better than them when I do better. That's it. That's factual, right? If I'm doing better, therefore I am better. Now it can be various reasons why I'm doing better. That doesn't matter. But guess what? There's also people now. Me knowing that, if I can look at somebody else and say I'm better than them because I'm doing better, I can also look at other people and say they're better than me because they're doing better. Right? That's reality. So I'm not one of the delusional people better than everybody because I'm doing better. No, I never think that. I don't do that participation trophy. I don't believe in participation trophy in life. I just don't believe in it. Mic check. Okay. I had to switch headphones. Didn't know if it picked up. But yeah, I don't do all that participation trophy thing. So yeah, but that's what dysfunction is, where you're not operating in reality. You're opposite of it. And you usually can tell because of the results people yield in their life. Right? It's hard for people to say, you know what, man, I've been fucking up. Okay, that's why I'm where I'm at. Most people gonna say, well, this happened and this happened and that happened, and that's why I'm where I'm at. And those things could have happened, right? But why did they happen? Why did they happen? Was it because you put yourself in that space where you wasn't of value and you was devalued? Was it the choices you made? No matter why you made them, if they was bad choices, they was just bad choices. I made a lot of bad choices. And I could say, oh, this person influenced me, or I was in this situation and condition. And it's the only option I had. I don't be saying none of that shit. I say it because I did it. That's accountability. Like when we listening to that video last night, with no accountability, bro. With no accountability. They was talking about how this little girl was cheerleader captain and how she was A's and B's and none of that shit mattered, bro. If that shit mattered, she wouldn't have did. If she really cared about that, if she was really about that, then she wouldn't have did what she did. She wouldn't have did what she did. She didn't value those things, even if I don't even know if it's true. But I know, like during football season, no, I wasn't trying to fight at school. You know why? Because shit, I couldn't play in the game. I got into any fights, so okay, I catch you outside down the block, around the corner, away from the school, and we can fight. I'm not fighting at school. People be talking mess trying to get you to fight in school because they know you ain't gonna do nothing. You're right. I ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, okay? Yeah, I'm all that. I catch your ass when we leave. Like, all that stuff you said. Yep, I'm that and more. I'm much more. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm all that. Yeah, I ain't gonna do nothing. Not in school. Nope. I ain't gonna do nothing. Nope. I'm a wimp. I'm a sissy. Let me catch your ass around the block. See what happens. Let me catch you down the street and we'll see what happens. But I knew if I fought in school, I couldn't play. And I love playing football. I loved it. I love playing baseball. So now I wasn't getting in trouble in school. When the season started, I was way more attentive in class, make sure the teachers ain't had nothing bad to say about me. Let that shit be over with. Man, I was acting a fool. When the seasons wasn't there, when football season, basketball season, it was a small gap in between football and basketball. There was an even bigger gap between baseball and football. I mean baseball and basketball. So January, February, oh I was acting the butt. I was acting a fool. But as soon as baseball season started, nope. I was a model student again. Because that was something I didn't want taken away from me. That's something I valued, you know? So like them kids, man, I don't know. But I never did nothing crazy like that. I had an old lady slap the crap out of me one day, and I just looked at her and was like, "Man, you got it," and walked away. It was my fault. I cussed in front of her, but she smacked the living crap out of me, man. And I'm looking at her like, "Man, I'll fold your old ass." And I'm looking like, "No, I won't. I will not touch." It's like that was a sin to us growing up. Like that was just like you talk about karma, man. That's like one of the worst things you can do is hurt a child or hurt a older person. One of the worst things you could do, and that's when we had shame though. That's the thing. Like, there's no more shame in this society. People ain't shameful with things. Like some of the stuff. Like I was listening to. Um, I don't know if you seen it, really, but you see the auntie with the blue coat, man. I'm listening to her talk. Like, why is it a female talking? Like you sound like one of the young dudes. Like, there's like the way I'm outside. You talking all that stuff, and then somebody really pull up and do harm to you. Then you gonna be like, oh my god, I'm a girl. I'm this. I'm that. Nah, bro. That ain't how it works. Like people be talking super tough on this online thing, and then when they have to deal, that's the delusion. Because you talking to people on the computer, you think you safe, right? So you say some of the most outrageous things, and you be taunting people. You be almost daring people to do some crazy shit, and then when it happens, then it's the oh woe is me, I'm a victim. Like nah, bro, you you created that situation, you manifested it, right? That's what you did. You manifested it. You don't. One thing I learned, bro, you don't taunt people. You do not taunt people unless you built for it. If you ain't built for it, nah, and most people ain't, bro. Most people ain't built for it. And the people who built for it, they ain't trying to experience that shit. They already know what it come with, so they trying to avoid that, and they built for it. Just because you got a truck, don't mean you ride on the roughest roads ever. No, it's built to ride on rough roads, but you don't want to just keep taking rough roads. Nah, bro, no remorse. Posted it earlier. I gotta go check it out on your channel, bro. I don't know why. I used to get alerts. Like it'd come through the notification. I gotta go to the actual notification. Do you got a specific time that you upload content? Yep, it's right here. 6 hours ago. So about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, about 5, 6 o'clock. I'm gonna start checking around those times. Dang, bro. I was out all day, bro. It was raining. I was stretched out on the couch, man. My daughter fell asleep next to me. My head was banging so hard, bro. I didn't even look at my phone. I couldn't. The light was bothering me, and I got to the point. I don't know if y'all ever had a migraine where it was so bad you felt like nauseous and you was about to throw up. I just spit up water. I'm looking like, oh no, bro. My son like, you want me to call the 911, the ambulance? He can't say. He say ambulance. That shit. It sounds like Buster Rhymes. Call the ambulance and come and pick up the people. That's what my son said. He was like, and I'm trying not to laugh, but the shit was funny. He's like, Dad, you want me to call the ambulance? I'm like, nah, man, don't call the ambulance. He like, I call the ambulance. I'm like, nah, I'm okay, baby. But my little dude got my back, man. Just random, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I tried to. I don't even think. I don't know how that hype thing up, but I've been trying to hype people videos up. Let me see something. I don't even think. I don't know if that's like people got to be monetized to do it. Like a person got to be monetized to do it. But I know I see it on some people videos, but I don't see it on everybody videos. So I don't know quite how that hype button thing works. But I know Commander hyped my video up a couple times. I know she hyped it up. I think I don't even know how you get hype. You get points to hype videos up. I know I just hyped somebody video up and it costs like 7,000 points. But I think every time you like something, you get points. I don't know if it works like that for every time you watch something. I don't know how you get the points, honestly. But I notice is like I start seeing like more points the more I like videos. So. And I don't know if it's like I don't know how. I gotta research to see how that works. But it's a new function on there. So if y'all see it and y'all like the content creator, that's just another way you can help the content creator get their content into the algorithm is by hitting that hype button. I know I hyped 755 video up before. I hyped Taves up. And it was somebody else I just watched today. I hyped them up. Yeah, I be trying to hype people videos up if I can, bro. It's just points involved. Yeah, I don't quite know how that worked, man. I gotta find a person who know about YouTube because I don't really know all about it, and I ain't trying to learn all about it. I rather have people around me who know the things I don't know. So I gotta find one of those people, man. One of those people who do YouTube, like who know all the ups and the ins and outs about it. Yeah, man. But I don't know, bro. I just be listening to people on here, and it's just sometimes it's unfortunate, to hear people think the way they think. But then you start when you hear about their life, man. Then you start understanding why they yield the results they yield. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all go through stuff in life. I don't think I went through nothing more detrimental than anybody else did. But at the same time, I know um, my intent was to become better, be a better person, and I used the life events that I've been through. I used it. I used it. I learned from it. When I say I used it, I mean I learned from it, and I didn't let the situations define who I am, but I used the situations to redefine who I am. If that makes sense. Like we can all go through the same thing, but the outcomes will be different based upon how we chose to deal with it. Sometimes you might have to go to therapy and get help. You know what I'm saying? To overcome a situation, and that's fine, man. That's fine. Sometimes you don't need to go to therapy. Some people, like for me, therapy don't work for me. It just don't work. I tried like 5 or 6 times, and it just doesn't work for me. But the things that work for me is what I shared, like taking accountability. It does help to talk to people, right? To be able to vent. I'm not a person who needs to be like directed, but everyone like just having a person that you can just let the shit out and then just leave it there and walk away. That feels good, man. So that was part of my healing process. Even like coming on here talking to y'all a lot. That's like part of the healing process, man. Because like what my brothers did to me, man, that shit hurt my feelings, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit broke my heart. My heart was broken for a month or two, bro. 'Cause I'm like, damn, these people I love, people I would have died for, they tried to take me out. And that ain't the first time that happened to me, bro. And I had to think, like, bro, why do these people like my stepdad, bro? I had a cousin. He was about to get me out of there over a pound of weed, bro. Like, I'm giving it to you. Like, I'm literally giving it to you. Told me to pay. I told him to pay me back when you can. I'm giving it to you, right? That motherfucker wanted me up out of there. Like, bro, if my life gone, I'm gone, bro. Over a pound of weed, like, bro, you can have that shit, bro. If that's the case, shit, then we cousins, bro. Like, we slept foot the head. Like, you gonna really? Okay. No, it's not like it hasn't happened. Like someone close to me, I had friends that tried to set me up over some over some box, bro. It was this chick. I didn't know my boy liked her. She ended up liking me. You know, I told her like it ain't nothing serious. Like we can't get serious, bro. It was like a flame. So I didn't even take it serious. Man, my one homeboy was ready to get me up out of there because I took his, like, bro, I don't even want the girl, bro. You can still have her, bro. Oh, no, man, it's not like, oh, bro, you tripping, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, now you don't know how people wire, bro. You be thinking the people who can hurt you the most, bro, is the people right next to you. Is the people who you ain't paying attention to. They got the most opportune time. They can get the closest to you. Those are the people who hurt you the most, man. And I could have, like, with my life experience, bro, I could have said, fuck that. I ain't let nobody close because I got enough evidence that these are the people. But you know what? I also got evidence like my mom, my dad, my brothers. I got cousins. I got friends. They love me to death, man. They jump on a grenade phone and they close to me. So I can't say everybody close is going to hurt me. So I can't live like that, man, because then I will be pushing those people to the side, pushing those people away who actually care. So I had to learn, bro. Like this is why I say I don't deal with jealous people. Once you show me you jealous, I'm done with you, bro. Because that was a common factor, that jealousy shit, that envy, when people be envious of you. Like when people, instead of being happy for you, they be like, oh man, I can't believe you got that. I should have. I've literally had people say that to me, like, "Oh, damn, what makes you special that you can do this and I can't?" And I'm like, "What? Like, I bust my ass to get this. You ain't even try it. What is you talking about? What you mean? Why I got this? Because I bust my ass. You ain't even tried. I just got something that you want. Like, oh no, no, no. Well, why you got to connect? Why to connect? Well, that's because the way I connect with the person, bro. It's like we cool. So yeah, they look out for me. They give me shit. You ain't trying to be cool with people. And then like the way you coming on, they can tell that fake shit, bro. People like genuine people, people who they can trust. So that's why I was always good in the street. It was because look, you know what to expect from me. You know what to expect. I'm a cool dude. I ain't out here trying to. If you got more than me, I'm a congratulate you. If you got less than me, I'm gonna try to help you. I have shown that consistently. I ain't never robbed nobody. I ain't never stole from nobody. Yes, baby. What's wrong, baby? Mommy, you telling no mommy? Come here. What happened? You want me to suck your nose out? I left it. Go on my table in my room. I left it on the table in my room. Hey, go on my nightstand. It's on there. So what it do with the business is, fam? I'm dysfunctional person. With me, I don't bring people down with me. I keep it to myself. I don't like people seeing me haywire. Most people can't read me. They don't know what I'm thinking. I only bounce off me when I want to get it. But when I want to keep to myself, people feel it. Yeah, that's how I am. Yes, we can make one dysfunction. Yes. Yeah. Easier to put that night. Yeah. I'm reading, baby. Get closer to it. We don't see it. Yeah. Our accurate is creepy. Yes. Hold on. Don't touch that. Nah, you just want to push. But hold on. Let me suck that boogers up. Well, we can't turn the TV on because it's gonna make noise and then I can't hear. When when I get done, I turn the TV on. Okay. I want you to go lay down with mommy. I'm almost done. Uh huh. I'm almost done, baby. Almost done. Go lay down with mommy. What's wrong with your throat? You want a cough drop? Okay, you look sleepy. Come on, let's go get a cough drop. Oh, she talking about hot little buddy. Now I wouldn't know that my kids get on my nerves just like my wife do, bro. But I wouldn't have it no other way. I'd be dysfunctional if they didn't get on my nerves. Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, bro. I just feel like, and this is all love, and this is, I mean, it ain't saying nothing bad about you because we all go through I ain't gonna say same process, but we all go tell mommy to open it for you. Go tell mommy to open it for you. Let me finish this, baby. Almost done. You ain't having that, huh? She called me right back. But it's you've been through a lot, bro. You've been through a lot, and you're in the process of making it make sense, right? Or trying to understand why you went through it, or what was the purpose of you going through it. And that's a process, man. It's a process. But hey, bro, you got us here, man. What? Did you put it in your mouth? Why not? Yeah, suck on it. Don't chew it. Suck on it. Huh? Where you put it at? You threw it on the floor? Why? Why you throw it on the floor? Well, come sit right here, though. Come sit right here until Daddy done. If you go sit down, yeah, come sit right here until Daddy done. Your butt supposed to be asleep. I knew you want to go to sleep. You took a nap earlier. Yeah, so it's a process, and it's not something. It's not something to be ashamed about. It's not something, and in that process, you'll figure out what works for you and what don't. Me, I like to isolate myself. I'll be honest with you, bro. I will isolate myself in a minute because I know when I can think clearly, then I can make sense out of things. So, like I said, therapy works for some people. Um, and self isolation works for some people. There's many tools out there. You know what I'm saying? It's just about us finding the right tool for us. You know, there's no manual. They try to say the Bible is the manual, but even reading that, bro, all the answers don't be in there. All the answers don't be in there, bro. Yeah, and see, and just being able to admit that a lot of people can't admit that. You know what I'm saying? Like I got hate in my heart, and I tell you, bro, like it took me a while to get all the hate out my heart, bro. It took me a while, but once I got it out, I wouldn't let it back in, bro. Like even if I felt it, I had to get rid of it real quick. And the only way I got rid of it was to be able to identify it. Like hate is a feeling, right? Is a feeling, and it comes from somewhere, right? And a lot of times it's from our childhood, man. A lot of times it's from our childhood. But even you being a spiritual person, right? Just talking about metaphysics, pull everything else out the window. When we talk about metaphysics, one of the main principles in metaphysics is we came into the avatar to have the specific experience. Like we chose to come into the avatar we came into, right? So even when I look at my situation, I didn't have the regular upbringing. My grandmother raised, up until I was 9. So I didn't have my mom and dad up until I was 9. And then even after that, I moved with my mom to a whole nother state with an abusive stepdad. And like when people told me, I'm like, why the fuck would I choose to go through this shit as a kid? Why would I choose to go through it? But then now when I look back at it, it makes sense, bro. I'm built D tough. That shit molded me, and I got molded and forged at a young age to endure the things I had to endure later in life. If I didn't have that tough upbringing, I wouldn't have learned the lessons. If I wouldn't have learned the lessons, I wouldn't know how to navigate as I got older. So no, it's not ideal, but it was necessary, right? It was necessary, but it wasn't ideal, it wasn't comfortable, but it was necessary. I used to wonder, like, man, this person got it all. Why they choose to end their life? Because they didn't have resilience. They wasn't resilient. They didn't know how to overcome things because they never had to. And now that they older and going through this, they don't know what to do. So the thing that made sense to them is just to end it all. They didn't know this was only temporary. They didn't know that. But that also prevented me from putting myself in other situations to even get to that stage. That's why I ain't had kids until I got older. That's why I didn't have kids until I was older because I seen my friends, my family. I had enough examples to learn from that I wouldn't make the same mistake. That's my perception though, how I looked at it. Because some people look at it like, oh, that's normal, it's supposed to happen. That's inevitable. Like this is just what happens because that's all they ever seen. Having kids out of wedlock, having a missing father in the home. That's all they seen. So they became desensitized and they became conditioned to those conditions. So now it's their turn. This is what we call generational curse. It's literally learned behavior. That's all it really is. And it ain't no curse. You ain't even got to make it supernatural. Call it what it is. It's learned behavior. That's like even listening to the auntie of that little girl. That's all learned behavior, bro. I guarantee you, her parents, her mama, her aunties did the same thing, acting wild and ratchet and shit. And that's all they know. So that's all they can produce. They ain't got nothing else to offer but that. But what ticks me off about that is those are the examples they use for black women. Like, why y'all going to the bottom of the barrel instead of the top where the cream where the cream at? You don't go to the top where the cream at. You go to the bottom of the barrel. And that's what old girl was doing, just pearly things like, oh, black women like to date thugs. Shit, my sister's like, man, I ain't dating y'all those hood street. I'm straight. I got family members like, nah, bro. If you, I got a cousin. She only date people with master's degrees and higher. That's her standard. Is she wrong for that? No, that's what she wants. And she built herself to receive that. So no, that's not all black women. All black women don't settle for thugs and thugs. No, some of them don't even fuck with it because they know what it come with. Like if I met a chick who was promiscuous or all on Instagram showing body part, I ain't dealing with you. Like I don't, me personally, this is just my personal preference. I don't fuck with strippers. I don't even respect strippers. Right? I don't respect prostitutes. I don't. I just don't. I don't. And that's just me. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. That's just me. I don't care how you try to explain it, man. Nah, I'm straight. I'm straight. Dolly, what it do with the business is? What it do with the business is? I bet you know what, man. Realisburg. Look, I've been to the strip club a total of 3 times. Like when I went to the strip club before I was even 21. That's when it was exciting. But then when I got older, I think I went when I was like 22, and I went. It was like a business meeting, right? I went in. I was doing multi-level marketing, and they was like, "Hey, we got a business meeting," and we went to the strip club, and I had a pair of slacks on, but I paid like $400 for the suit. And man, this girl was on stage dancing. He was all sweating and shit. And then she came and put her ass on my lap, and I was like, "Lady, you know how much these pants cost?" You know, and I pushed it. Like, man, get the fuck off me, bro. Are you sweating and shit? Like, I can't put this in the washing machine. I gotta take this to the cleaners, bro. This shit costs money. And she's like, "Oh my god, you gay." I'm like, "How am I? 'Cause I don't want your sweaty ass on me. You stink, bro." Oh man, that shit was like a turn off to me. That shit was a turn off. And then it's just like, I don't know. It's like, how do you want me to respect you when you just dance and taking your clothes off for money? I can't respect you. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't respect that. I just don't. If you do it, then you do it. But it ain't got nothing to do with me. I just don't respect that. Always been me, right? I mean, if you go coins, Raven, what's up, though? Across the pond. I hope it's good over there, bro. Hope it's good over there, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just never been my cup of tea. Like the whole strip club thing. Like, I don't see how dudes should go and, I don't know, bro. Like, nah, I'm straight. I miss you too, baby. Yeah, man. It's like, um, yeah, when women do that, bro, I'm like, damn, you ain't got no more value to yourself. Like, I don't know, man. There's some things should be sacred to me, right? I mean, they got tribes and countries that walk around naked, but that's their culture. That's one thing. You know, they're not doing it for entertainment. That's just how they live. But when people always, well, it's naked people out. Like, bro, come on, man, don't do that shit. I hate when people do that. Like, that's their culture, bro. That's how they live every day. That's how they live every day. You can't. That's non-comparison, bro. You can't compare that shit. What tribes that like the Zulu tribe when they do performances? A lot of times the women be topless. That's their fucking culture, bro. They're not doing that so people can throw money on them so they can make a living. No, this is their culture. I'm not gonna shit on nobody culture, bro. Now you say your culture is a stripper, okay? That's fine. I can accept that. I just don't. I won't accept you. Like even like some of these Instagram models, all you doing is showing breasts and camel toes and shit. And like you think somebody of quality or value is gonna marry you? Nah, bro. You gonna get these thirsty ass motherfuckers who just want to ride and then call it a day, and then you complain about that shit. Oh man, ain't shit. They just want to do that. What do you expect? What kind of way you marketing yourself? You look like that's all you want. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna do this, get a good man, I'm gonna get his attention, and then what? And then what? You get a good man using your body, and then what? That's all he wants you for, bro. He ain't taking you serious. That's that delusional shit, bro. That's delusion. If I market myself as sexy, okay, yeah. Men want their wife to be sexy in home, not outside. Not outside. Not outside, bro. You can do all that sexy shit for your man, and he will appreciate it. And I guarantee you, if you only do it for him, then he gonna feel special. Like he ain't gotta share that shit with the whole world. Like anybody willing to share that shit with the whole world, they be simping like a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That shit weird, bro. Who people marry porn stars and shit. I'd be like, bro, what, what wrong with you? Oh, chocolate behavior, right? Around tax time, 10 years ago, a lot about 11 a.m. with my cousin. I don't even know. They open that early. Yeah, bro. Some of them places be open 24 hours, bro. I know on the D they do. What Dolly said. Not the same thing. Yeah, man. It ain't the same thing, but that's how people try to find all type of ways. Oh, for sure, Dolly, anytime, sis. Anytime. People trying to find something to justify their unscrupulous ass behavior. They always try to find a way to justify it. That's why you get all these analogies. Man, look, this was some sick shit. Like, I wanted to review this too. It was Tommy Stoudemire and Captain Cesariak. Now he a Hebrew Israelite, but he was on a panel and they was talking about uh like young girls, and it was a woman, and they was talking about like the R. Kelly. It was a woman that said this shit. Well, if she was acting older and telling people she was older, then she ain't no kid. And I'm looking like, bruh, come on, man. Like your frontal cortex don't develop until you're 26, man. So you talking about a 13-year-old trying to be grown is responsible, bro? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. A lot of times kids act older because they in that type of environment that don't even allow them to be a fucking kid, bro. They probably got some shitty ass parents letting them dress all types of ways and shit, putting makeup and shit on them. Like a lot of times kids don't have the opportunity to be fucking kids. They have to. I had to grow up. First time I had sex, I was 7 years old, bro. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And through high school, I'm banging older chicks. I didn't know that was wrong until I got older. Because when it comes to a male, that's like, oh yeah, that's like you can beat on your chest saying you messing around with an older chick. Bro, that's still SA, bro. That's still SA. If a man do it or if a woman do it. Fuck all that double standard shit because that shit fucked my head up, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't get my head right until I was like 25, 26. And I realized like I didn't even like I built no connection through intimacy up until I was like 25 and 26. It was more like a sport. So I didn't care about the chicks I was banging. That didn't make me feel closer or anything. I didn't feel anything. It was just like, hey, I got my rocks off. That's not how it's supposed to be, bro. Commander, what up, nine? Chat, where you at? The lady at a nine, Administrator General of Defense. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. What up, my nine? So to hear this woman say some shit like that, I'm sitting there like it'd be women defending R. Kelly. Well, where were the parents at, bro? Look, man, look. I'm just being honest with you. You a grown ass man. It's your responsibility because you will have to pay the consequences if you fuck with somebody underage. Simple as that. That's your responsibility to make sure these people. I mean, that's what I've never really been into that shit. Now, I ain't never been into that shit. I dated two girls that was younger than, me, and that was a mistake. I'm more. I care more about the mental maturity than anything. The mental, you can get emotionally mature. I can help people with that. But if a person ain't there mentally, then I'm straight, bro. That's too much work. That's too much work. Everything else can be worked on. Spiritual, emotional, that stuff I can help people with that. Mental, I can't really help nobody with that. I can't really help nobody with I can't. I tried. It won't work. People mature mentally when it's their time, I guess, bro. Some people mature, some people never do, bro. Some people be stuck at like 16, 17, as far as the mental capacity or the mental process. Uh, the mental processing faculties the person possesses sometimes never mature past the adolescent years, like from 13 to 16. A lot of people are functioning from a mental capacity as a 13 through 16-year old. Most adults are. Most adults are. That's why you see older people acting immature, and they think it's okay because they're of age, because they in their 40s. Oh, well, this is nah, that shit not normal, bro. That shit ain't normal. That's how a child would act. That's how a child would react. You're at an age where you're supposed to be responding to things, but you cannot think through the emotion. So you are very impulsive. You're acting off of the way you feel. Your feelings are not fucking logic. Your feelings could be some bullshit that you developed when you was young. Just because you feel something don't mean it's true. That don't make it true. Just because you feel something. Just don't make it true. So to hear that lady speak like that, and Captain Tazariak is like, and then they talk about it's a difference between 17. I'm like, look, man, if they still in high school, leave them alone, bro. Let them graduate. Let them, you know what I'm saying? Like shit. Let them live, man. Let them be kids, man. Most people don't want to admit it. They want young people because they're more impressionable. That's a nice way to say it. They're more impressionable. They don't know shit, bro. A lot of older men like younger women because of that, because they more impressionable. They give you the reasons. Well, they haven't been tainted by the world. They ain't stuck in their ways. They still teachable. Like, come on, man. All that shit is form, making it more easier for you to manipulate. Everything you just fucking named. They ain't been tainted by the world. So they don't know shit. They don't know shit because they ain't been through shit yet. And so you go teach them everything. That's why they get parents, bro. Fuck out of here. Motherfuckers be trying to make excuses for their little foul ass stuff. Well, if she got a fake ID, if she look, they kids, bro. They fucking brain ain't fully developed, so of course they gonna do crazy shit. I know I did when I was young. My brain wasn't developed yet. If you go to sleep, Yep, she knocked out. Okay, lay down, baby. You can lay right here. Come on. Oh, you always curl up your daddy. I love my baby, right? Oh, I love you. How you gonna put your feet in my face? Oh, she came up and curled next to her bed and went to sleep. And they say, don't call your little girl princess. Fuck out of here. It's my little princess. That's my baby cakes. I'm so proud. I mean, I'm so happy I had kids, man. My kids made me a better person. They really made me a better man. It's because I want to do better. I got more incentive to do better, to be greater. My wife started it off. She gave me the responsibility, the duty to become a better version. And then these kids, man, I, I, I don't know how people ain't in their kids' lives. I couldn't imagine being in a separate home from my babies. I could not imagine not waking up, not being able to hug and kiss my kids, wipe the coal out their eyes. I couldn't imagine that, man. People go through that every day, man. That's why I took my time. Like, if I can't do it right, I'm just not gonna do it, bro. I didn't think I was gonna have kids, honestly. I didn't think because I mean, I was in that phase where, like, man, you can't control how a person think. I never meet a person where I feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, I trust you. Yeah, I didn't trust for a while. Even when I first started coming on here, I told you like I don't trust. Man, I fuck with faith. I have faith in people before I trust, but my wife gave me a reason to trust people. Outside like my mom and dad. Them the only two people in my sister, my two sisters, man. And after my other brother saved my life, I trusted him, bro. Like I felt like you got to give me reasons to trust you. I ain't just gonna trust you because you blood or food. Nah, I ain't trusting you. No, you give me a reason to trust you. And my wife just did just that, bro. You know, she thugged it out. Cause I ain't an easy person to deal with. Cause I read every fucking thing. You move funny around me, I'm gonna ask you right there on the spot. Hey, why you do that? That shit look funny. I'm just letting you know that shit look real funny. I told the coach like, nah, bro, that shit don't seem right, bro. I don't be sitting. My life is valuable, so I don't be sitting back like trying to assume what people doing or why they do. Nah, bro. If you around me and you do something funny, I might pull my shit. Like that shit look funny, right? Like, bro, I don't trust that shit, bro. I told you it was the people closest to me that always hurt me, bro. It was always the people closest to me. Yeah, man. And you know what's gonna make you a good father? If every day you figure out how to be a good father. I tell my wife that every day. If she don't think she put enough effort in, I'm like, babe, the kids love you. Our kids don't need for nothing. They got shit they don't even know they got. I mean, you put them in the best position to succeed in life. Like, what else? You spend time with them. Like our kids know you love them. If you ask my kids who love you more, mommy and daddy, you know what they gonna say? Mommy. You say why? Because mommy don't scream at us. Mommy let us do this. Mommy let us do that. They gonna tell you, daddy love us, but he just mean. But that's my job, man. I'm supposed to be the disciplinary, the person structure. So I'm the coolest dad until you fuck up and I gotta correct you. When I gotta correct you, I'm gonna correct you, bro. It's just simple as that. You go like we got this new thing because like the punishment we used to send them to their room, but my wife's like we don't want to do that no more because they go look at their room as like a punishment. So that's why I'm like okay. So now they got to count paint bubbles. They sit in the corner. They sitting there. They don't move, and I stand right over. You 5 minutes, and then after they come out the corner, I talk to them. You know why you had to do that? No. Okay. Well, let me explain it to you. But it has to be some type of consequence when kids doing the wrong thing. Because if they never have a consequence, they will never understand why they shouldn't or shouldn't do stuff. They won't have that comprehension or that even that basic understanding. Like when I do wrong, there is a punishment. There is a consequence behind it. Like if you touch fire, you're gonna get fucking burned, right? But they need to learn that with their actions. You can't just do anything and everything. You can't do it. That's not how life is structured. We have laws, we have rules, we have regulations, and if you don't know how to follow them, you're gonna get swallowed up, bro. I don't want my kids ain't growing up with that sense of entitlement that they can just do whatever they want to do and get away with it. No, if you do some foul shit, you're gonna get fucked up. And it's better for me to fuck you up than the world because there's a lot of kids that might not ever see the light of day again. They ain't even get a chance at life. They done did some stupid shit, probably unalived somebody when they was 14, 15, and now they doing a 50-year bid. Now they doing life. Never had an opportunity at life, but now they doing life behind bars. I got a friend. He getting out in 20. I think they said 2032. He been in jail since we been in since he went to jail when we was in 10th grade. He went to jail since we was in 10th grade, man. He ain't getting out. I think it said somebody posted on the website like John getting out in 2032. Like, God damn, bro. And this the fucked up part. He went to go rob somebody with a couple friends. He didn't do the unaliving, but he was there, and he had a weapon. And he had a weapon. So he doing. I think it was like a 42-year sentence or something like that. So the majority of what he experienced in life was behind bars. Majority of his life he been behind bars. And guess what? It only took him 30 minutes to do that. 30 minutes. All this shit was done over in less than 30 minutes. You threw away your whole life. It only took you 30 minutes to do so. It only took you 30 minutes, man. That's the sad part, man. People put themselves in position. That part, the world will get them if you don't teach them first. Yes, man. And that, look, Commander, I hate. Listen, man. Like when I raise my voice at my kids and they look at me, when my kids look at me like they're scared of me, that shit break my heart, man. And I remember the first time I ever did it, man. My dad and mom was over here, and I yelled at my son, and he just looked at me, and I'm like, man, I went outside, and I ain't gonna lie to you, man, I was tearing up. I wasn't like boohoo and crying. My dad came out, was like, man, straighten your face up. He was like, you did good as a dad. I'm proud of you. And I'm like, man, I don't want my son looking at me in fear. I don't want him to look at me and feel fear. And he was like, son, let me tell you something. He said, it's better that you correct them now than they correct them later. Because if they gotta correct them later, they ain't gonna do it with love. If he got to get corrected by society later, they're not going to correct him with love, but you are. You're not doing this to hurt him or to make him afraid of you. You're doing it because it's necessary for him to understand. And the earlier he understands, the better he gets. He said, just like you. He said, when you was younger, was you afraid of me? I was like, yeah. And he said, now, was that a bad thing or a good thing? And I said, well, it was kind of good because I used to think before I did shit like, oh no, man, if I do this, my dad gonna fuck me up. Like I'm gonna get it. And then it was like, okay, it kind of clicked and made sense, right? And as I got older, it wasn't that I feared my mom or dad. I feared disappointing my mom and dad. I didn't want to disappoint them because the look, I would rather them be mad at me than disappointed in me. That shit ripped my heart out, man. Like, damn, I done failed them. I felt like a failure if I disappointed. Now, if they was just mad, I'd be like, man, they get over it. But if they looked at me with disappointment, I felt like a failure. And I hate that. I hate that feeling. That's one of the worst feelings that I could possibly ever feel is like the feeling of failure. If the kids say Pops is me, that's just saying he doing his job. You feel me? Look, man. Look, I took that role, really. I accept it. wholeheartedly, bro. I accept that, bro, wholeheartedly. Like I'm gonna be one of the coolest parents ever. But look, I don't even gotta yell no more. I stare my kids down, and their whole attitude change. They be like, oh shit. My son start hiding behind shit and then peeking up like he's still looking. He did that earlier. I'm staring at him. He looked at me. He bent down behind the bed because my bed kind of high. Then he looked up. He looked down again and looked up. He was like, "Dad, you mad?" I said, "Yeah, I'm mad." He was like, "I'm sorry." He came and hugged me. He's like, "You still mad?" I said, "I don't stay mad at you long, but I'm disappointed." He was like, "No, Dad." I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm disappointed, bro. You're not listening, especially what's going on right now in the world. Facts, man. It's gonna be so different when he comes out. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The world. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm preparing him for what I know, but he still gonna have to take what I know and advance it and use that as like a template because it's gonna be different shit, man. It'd be the same shit, just different conditions and situations, but you can still adapt the same principles. So that's why I'm just trying to get the principles instilled in them. If they got the principles, then they can look at it and articulate it and know what to use and what not to. Because I used to think that like, oh man, these old people don't know what they talk about. The world has changed. But the older I got, I realized like, nah, it's the same shit. It's just done a little differently. It's the same shit. So instead of people riding around in vans, opening the side, talk about little kids that got candy, they doing the shit on the internet, bro. Oh, your mom and dad don't love you. They don't want you to have fun. If you come with me, you can have all the fun you had. It ain't no different from the people riding around saying, "Hey, you want some candy?" Ain't no different. You giving them something that they lack. If you can feel a desire, people are more susceptible. It's just how it is. You can fulfill that desire. People are more susceptible. Bruh. Yeah, I throw hands with you too. Don't be growling at me because I don't want to pet you. My dog literally just growled at me because I wouldn't pet her. Man, these people in this house, man, from the kids to the animals, bro, they be testing my gangster. They be testing my gang. Oh man, the relation I had the other week. I've been so grateful for what I've been through as a child, and it did make me dysfunctional. However, grateful I have tomorrow to right my wrongs right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you was in the past is your past, bro. I mean, shit, I was dysfunctional back in the day. I was definitely dysfunctional, bro. I was definitely, but that's the beautiful thing, right? That, like Gary said, without the test, there's no testimony, right? That's what I was, but I became better. I just learned from my mistakes and some things as a kid. Like this be the hard part, bro. And this is what kind of traps people because, like, even when I say look at your past and learn from your mistake, well, as a kid, you didn't have control of a lot of the situations, right? So how you supposed to learn from that, right? Because you didn't have control. So how you gonna take accountability and heal from some stuff that you didn't have control over? That's facts, right? That's facts. As a kid, if you don't have control over a lot of things. You can still learn from it because guess what? You're going to be responsible one day and somebody's going to be dependent on you and you can learn from the mistakes of others. You don't have to, like my stepdad used to kick my ass. He used to abuse me, bro. I could have grown up thinking like it's okay to punch kids in the fucking face. Because I got punched in the face. It's okay to close an 11-year-old eye because I got my eye closed. It's okay to choke slam a 12-year-old through a glass fucking coffee table because it happened to me. It's okay to break his ribs. He'll heal up. It happened to me. I could have went around thinking like that. I had no control over that. I couldn't fight him back. There was no way unless I would have grabbed something and stabbed him, bro. That was the only way I could have fought him back. And then he was military trained. If at that age, if I would have tried to, he would have fucked me up. Right? He would have. He would have fucked me up. So I had no control over that. But I can learn from that. Don't be him. Don't turn into him. What he went through, he had his own demons and shit. He's still fighting them damn demons because he didn't heal and learn from his experience. So what did he do? He passed his trauma on to me, or tried to. He tried to pass his trauma on to me. I'm not saying he did it consciously. I'm not saying it was done consciously, but that's what happens. That's a byproduct. Because the trauma he had in him, he was putting it on to me. And that could have created a pattern, right? But I healed from it. So I don't beat my kids. I'm not gonna be breaking their bones and shit, giving them black eyes and shit like that. I'm not gonna do none of that shit. I learned from his mistakes so I wouldn't make them. Even my parents having me as a teenager, I learned from their mistakes. Even though they had my grandma there, so they didn't have to assume a lot of the responsibilities a parent would have if my grandmother wasn't there. They didn't have to assume those responsibilities. If I did it, I would have had to assume those responsibilities because my grandmother was damn near retired when I was born. She was damn near retired, so she had time to spend at home with me and raise me and take. She had time to do all that. My mom was still working, going to school. Shit, my mom, she had her master's like 15 years ago. Like 15, yeah, about 15 years ago. Then she went back to school. My mom finished her last, I think I was 32 when she graduated with her uh, forensic nursing license or forensic nursing degree. I think I was like 32 or 33. I know my sister had just got her bachelor's degree, and my mom got her bachelor's degree too. But my sister got her bachelor's degree in psychology, and my mom graduated like 2 months after she did. So my mom was still going to school even when I was grown. So there ain't no way if I would have had a kid, she could have raised them until they was 9, until I was on my feet, able to take care of them. Nah, that was a luxury for them. But it was still a mistake. I was a mistake. They wasn't planning on having no kid when they were 16. They was just trying to bump. They wasn't like, hey, we're gonna have a kid. No, they was just trying to, do a little nasty or whatever. So yeah, I was a mistake, and I'm fine with that. Some mistakes are the best mistakes, right? But the things I had to go through because they made that mistake, I learned from it, and I'm not bitter about it. And I know that okay, even though it worked out well with me, and that it might not work out if I put my child in that position. So let me make sure I'm effective and efficient. I wasn't having no kids until I found the right person, and I was in the mental and financial and emotional space where I can be effective and efficient, where I could be a good dad. Because when I was young, man, I wouldn't have been a good dad, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would not have been a good dad. If I started having kids when I was young, I wouldn't have been a good dad till I was like in my late 30s, like mid 30s. So it would have probably been my third or fourth kid. Then I'm trying to be a good dad. The other ones would have been like, "Hey, man, figure it out." I did, and I didn't want to be like that, bro. I just didn't. I refused to be like that. I end up in jail. I hate seeing her the longest, but if I did, I know she would be proud how I turned out. Yeah, forget your trespassing. Yeah, because you know why forgiveness is so hard is because it's the perception about it. Like when people say forgive, the very first thing we assume is that we're taking the burden of responsibility off of the person who wrongs you. That's not what forgiveness is. We have been miseducated about what forgiveness truly is. Forgiveness is not to take the burden off of the people who wronged you. Forgiveness is for you to move past what they did to you. That'd be the hardest part. And the reason you can't move past it is because you feel like somebody wronged you, right? But the fact is, whatever happened, happened, bro. The only thing you can do is learn from it. You can forgive and forget. You don't forget what the person did to you. You forget about dealing with the person ever again. That's how most times I forgive people. It's just not by dealing with it. Okay, I learned that you like this, and guess what? I never deal with you again. So I forget you and move forward, move past. You're out of my life. I can now move past it. Right now, I can move past it. You're no longer in my life. What you did will not, because when people wrong us, bro, and we hold on to it, that's what makes us bitter. That's when that we begin to ruminate on what they did. Like that shit done and over with, bro. There ain't nothing you can do about it. People want, I need closure. I need to know why they did. No matter what somebody say, bro, when they wrong you, that shit don't fucking matter. So I don't even know why that shit ain't gonna really matter. If a person told you, okay, yeah, I wronged you, because I was wrong, and it was learned behavior. That's all I know how to do is be a piece of shit. Is that gonna make you feel better about them wronging you? No. But that's what happened most of the time. Most of the time, people are pieces of shit, and they don't know how to do nothing else but be pieces of shit to other people, bro. That be it. That be it. Because they got wrong, so now they wronging other people. That's their experience. So that closure, like when people wrong you, bro, there's no real justification behind it. It's just wrong. So the best thing is to learn from what that person learned from the situation. So you will recognize the pattern if it happened again. That's why I say I don't deal with jealous ass people. When I can't name, I can't think of one positive interaction I had with someone who was jealous with. I can't think of. I can think of a whole bunch of negative shit, but I can't think of a positive full interaction. Meaning, anybody who ever was jealous of me or shown or said they were jealous of me, eventually they did some foul shit. Eventually they did foul shit. And I can't name one person. And now, like when people say jealous, like I may not cut them off, but I know how to deal with you, bro. I deal with you with a long ass stick, bro. I do not let you get close to me. I'm not telling you nothing personal where you can weaponize it against me. I still deal with you. I wouldn't put trust in you though. And I'm gonna always be watching your movement. And if you move funny, I'm gonna get the fuck away from you. That's it. I'm not gonna let you close to me. Everybody should not be close to you because that's not everybody's position, bro. That position around you, like if you think about this, man, if you stand, if you stand up and you think about ways people getting close to you, your left, your right, your front and back. That's 4 people, bro. That's all you fucking need. Everybody else is just taking up the space. Everybody else taking up. You don't need that many people close to you, bro. You do not need that many people close to you. The more people close to you, the more problem, fuck up shit can happen. That's just reality, bro. That's just reality. People don't need to be, but like me personally, I don't feel the need to be close to too many people. Like we can talk, but when people start telling me their personal business, I know they trust me, and I have shown consistency. I'm a trustworthy person. I ain't about to be telling all your business and shit like that. But I don't be wanting to hear that shit half of the time. I had a friend talk about like he. I ain't even gonna say that, but I'm like, bro, don't tell nobody else that shit and never tell me again. I'm gonna go smoke this weed and forget what you just said, bro. Do not tell me where nothing is at. No, I don't want to know none of that. Like I don't be prying in people's personal lives, bro. And when people get to pry in my life, I'll be like, now I have talked to people and offered shit, like told them things about me, and I'm comfortable with that. I feel comfortable enough with those people to share that information. You know, so yeah, I'm comfortable with that. But I just don't go around telling all my business to everybody. No, no. So everybody don't need to be close to you, bro. But it's nice to have people close to you because they know you, and then when you need to talk, you know what I'm saying? Well, what the heck is this, bro? I don't know, bro. I ain't even. This on YouTube? That's wild, bro. I don't know. You're right. Forgiveness is your next topic. I can't talk about it, bro. So that's unique too. Like because if you think about like if you can't forget something, right, mentally, usually it's a strong feeling attached to it. That's why you can't forget it. So a lot of times it's but you shouldn't like things that occurred in your life, it's not meant for you to forget. Like situations, even the most painful stuff, is not you heal from it, but it's not meant for you to forget. Because if you forget, then you gonna end up going through the shit again, bro. It's just gonna be another cycle. So it's not meant for you to forget. It's meant for you to understand. Because everything has a lesson in it. Check this out, right? You know the lady who got jumped in Chicago, right? That was an unfortunate event. A lot of bad things could happen. I'm pretty sure she had bruises and everything. The shit wasn't ideal for her to go through, right? It was negative shit. But this lady then got an opportunity to move out the hood. She had a nice house, her kids in a better school. There's no such thing as negativity without positive. It's just not. Negative and positive, they coexist in the same space. Everything negative has a positive aspect to it, and everything positive has a negative aspect to it. That's just how life is, bro. So even though she went through that negative shit, there's some positive shit that happened for her, bro. There's some positive shit that happened for her. Now, what she do with it, that's on her. You know what I'm saying? Whatever she do with it, that's on her. But everything we go through negative have a positive aspect to it. Everything we go through positive have a negative aspect. And it's just for us to understand. So a lot of those things that don't feel good, we just haven't noticed or identified the positive aspect of it yet. So that'd be the hard part to get to release that emotion, to release that feeling because it's a negative feeling, something we don't want to feel. But we feel like if we forget it, then we go through it again, and that's true. But it's not meant for you to ruminate on that emotion. It's not meant for you to ruminate on it because that's how bitterness starts, right? That's how bitterness starts. Put some juice in a jar and leave it on the counter. Come back a month later and open it. It's gonna be sour, bro. That's how it is when we bottle our emotions up in us, bro. That saying that fermenting shit. That's what rumination is. It's like it ferment. And what when things ferment, what happens? They become bitter. So you have these negative emotions bottle up in you because you feel some type of way about some things you went through, and eventually you become bitter. And those emotions ferment. And that shit start rotting you from the inside out. Because please believe it's gonna affect you in different facets of life. If you bitter in one area, then that shit gonna translate into other areas in your life, bro. Just looking at my kids, bro. This is why I can't be like I'll never be down, bro. Looking at my babies, man. Before I had the baby, man, I was looking at my mom, bro. It was like I had to take care of my mom. I had to take care of my sister. I just I look for reasons bigger than myself to overcome anything that I went through. I had to find something bigger than me, and it was my family, man. It was my mom. It was my sister. And that could be dangerous too because I put myself in a position to be the sacrificial lamb of the family, and I thank God, I thank the Creator that my family never, sacrificed me, but they could have if they was fucked up and foul because I put myself in that position, you know. But my sisters, they won't tell me shit because they know like, oh no, bro gonna crash out. But we ain't gonna tell him. We rather have him outside than inside because we know what he gonna. So it was things they wouldn't tell me, so I wouldn't, So shout out to my siblings, man. I love them to death, man. My babies. But like, man, I've been through the ringer with my stepdad, and I looked at him one day and was like, man, I forgive you, bro. But that's not the thing, bro. You got to forgive yourself for what you did. See, like this is the thing, bro. And then think about this too, karma, bro. Like even if I forgive somebody for what they did to me, they still got to deal with that shit, bro. So that's why I say it's not taking the burden off of what they did. You forgiving somebody don't do shit for their karma, bro. That don't do shit for their karma. That don't eliminate their car. That shit coming back to them, regardless if you forgive them or not. They gonna have to eat that shit, bro. If you forgive them or not, they still got to deal with that on a level, brother. Man, Coach of the Year, I swear, have no agenda, but to make a better someone. I can feel the fulfillment you get of making a better someone. But I appreciate you, man. Hold on, man. Let me get that music real quick, and I can put the baby girl in the bed. The key word is consistency, right? Yeah, consistency is hard work. Hard work. Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out.
Here you go, bro. In my bathrobe, doing the thing. Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out. Sometimes you just want to crash out. The key word is consistency, right? Man, I appreciate that, bro. And you know what, man? I had somebody say like a month or two ago, like, people come on the internet and act like they got it all figured out. I ain't never said that, bro. There's a lot of shit I don't talk about because I don't know. The only thing I can share with y'all is my experience and my what I observed, and that's what I do, bro. And this life shit, bro. This is what I do. This life shit right here, bro. Like talking about behaviors and like resilience, bro. That's one of them things. I had a show on resilience. That's one of the things I did not know my dad was building within me. Right? I didn't know he was doing that. Like my dad would not let me use like like when I said my mom I couldn't use the P word. I ain't gonna say it because she on her way home. I know she listening to this show that I talked to her, but I ain't gonna say the P word. But my dad he would not allow me to say can't. Right? Ever since I was little, anytime I say can't, I get in trouble. Either I get on punishment or he'll pop me in the mouth. Like, what you say? I'd be like, oh, so I couldn't say can't. By me not being able to say can't, I never thought it. I never thought I couldn't do something because I can't say it. So that became, it was more like, so even when I did something and I didn't accomplish my goal, looked at it another way. Okay, it don't work this way, so just try it this way. Okay, it don't work that way, I gotta try it this way. I had to keep trying it different ways. That was my perception because I couldn't say can't. By not saying can't, I never gave up. I never gave up on things. So the whole time, my dad telling me that just try it this way, try it again later. Well, you know what? Go do some push-ups, get stronger, and then after you get stronger, maybe you can do it. Maybe you just don't have the right tools to accomplish what you. So go get the tools first and come back. That's why you couldn't do it. So just go get stronger, go get the tools, and then come back and try it. That's how my dad always did. And when I got older, I realized like, damn, that's why I'm so resilient. Because my dad wouldn't let me not try shit. He would not. He used to say, the only time you can't do something is when you don't try. He said trying is quitting. That's the only time you quit is when you don't try. He said as long as you try. He said if you never get it, at least you tried. At least you tried. If you never get it, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that's how I grew up thinking. So I was never able to give up on things. I was just never able to give up. Frankie in the building. Hold on. I see Frankie. Frankie Blanco, what up, though? I was just talking about you the other day. I was like, man, I hope my boy Frankie straight. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute. Like when I don't see people, first thing I do is worry about, make sure they straight, bro. Fuck all that other shit. I'm happy to see my bro in the chat. And shit, I ain't got no way to contact you off of here. So when I don't see you in a minute, I do be concerned, my brother. I will say that. When I don't see people, if I don't see you like in another chat or something like that, if I see you in another chat, then I know you cool. But when I don't see you, and I got mad love for Frankie, man. Shout out to Frankie Blanco, man. Happy to see my bro. Happy to see my bro. Nine ain't the same, bro. Nine ain't the same without Blanco, bro. Nine ain't the same without Commander, Tay, all my nines, bro. You stole it. Nine ain't the same without DD. When I don't see my people, I be like, yeah, I just be wanting to make sure y'all straight, bro. On some real shit. I know it'd be some other content creators to be saying some crazy shit. I don't honestly. I'm talking about down in my heart, man. I do not think of like that. When I don't see people, I be like, damn, I hope they good, bro. Because I know it'd be days on here, I be fucked up, bro. There's a couple days I've been on, like, ain't been on here. I was in the hospital, like, ain't nobody know, ain't nobody know, you know. Shit, like my boy Yak, I didn't see Yak for a while. Come to find out, he was deceased. Like that shit fucked up, man. Like y'all more than clicks and views to me. Like if I rock with y'all, I rock with y'all, bro. And like me and Commander say, you know, like I truly do have love in my heart for everybody. I want to see everybody do good, bro. Even if they doing better than me, I want to see everybody do good. So it ain't no malice in my heart, bro. It ain't no malice. So I'm gonna think positive about people before I think negative, bro. So if you ain't here, I know it's for a reason. I just want to make sure, you straight. You know what I'm saying? That y'all straight, man. I just be want to make sure y'all straight, man. This shit tomorrow is not promised today, and I appreciate all the love and support, man. Because just like Stoic said, he felt in his heart that I just want people to be better, bro. You feel that in my heart too about people. I feel it's a fair exchange of energy because y'all make me better, bro. The more y'all come in here, y'all motivate me to do more inspirational shit. I be trying to think like, how can I be more value to the people who support me? Like, what can I talk about that can possibly, 'cause like I said, I don't know everything, bro. I can only talk about what I know. So I'd be trying to think like, what can I say impactful that can actually be beneficial to my audience, bro? I think like that. Like, I can do content for clicks and views and shit, you know what I'm saying? Coming on here doing all that shit, bro. But at times, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Sometimes I'll be like, well, if I talk about this like this and I can get away with it, you know what I'm saying? But then when it comes time to do it, bro, I still can't do it, man. It's not in my heart, man. It's not in my heart. I try. I ain't gonna lie to you. I try. But it's not in my heart. And then I do shit. Like even that Jesse Lee Peterson, that show I did, man, I felt bad after I did that. Like, man, I don't even know that man. I'm talking shit about it. Even though everything I said was factual. Even if it was factual, I still be like, damn, man. Like I told Commander, like, yeah, I'm gonna review this racist motherfucker. I'm gonna do this. I be having a hard time doing, like, pulling myself to do that, bro. Because it's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I just don't. I want to benefit people. I don't want to get nobody riled up. And, like sometimes that can put hate. Like my intention may not to put hate in people's heart, but just because people paying attention to me and I may say something. And I don't know every individual person's experience, but I can say something about a racist person, and that can trigger you, and then now you can be having a bad feeling because So I don't be trying to talk. That's why I try to talk about self most of the time. I try. Jesse, yeah, man, yeah, Yak, Chicago's finest. Yeah, he passed away, man. Yeah, Yak passed away, man. Yeah, yeah, we lost Yak. We lost Papa Will. We lost Yak. Um, we lost a couple people, man. They became ancestors, man. They became ancestors. I had some good conversations with Yak, man. I had some real good conversations. You just never know when it's the person's time, bro. You just never know. Hey, there's a couple people I've been rocking out with. Oh, realist. I don't know if you seen that comment, but remember I was trying to figure out when I kept saying Queen. That was my fault. If I would have told you, you remember Eve James podcast? That's who I was talking about. Eve James podcast. We call her Queen Eve. They call her Queen Eve. Her her page name was Eve Jane Podcast. I was going crazy trying to figure out that young lady name. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Shout out to Eve James. Man. I hope she good. I ain't seen her. I hope she good. Yeah, man. Yeah, Yak was a cool ass dude, man. Yak was a cool ass dude. But you never know what people, when people come on here, I do. When I come on here, I be putting my best foot forward, bro. I don't come on here. I be having migraines like a motherfucker. Head be feeling like there's a rock band concert in it. I still do like sometimes people can tell because I done had people after the show be like, bro, you straight, man. I can hear that shit in your voice. Sometimes, you can't tell, sometimes you can tell. So you never know what a person's day to day struggle is. It can be physical, it can be mental, it can be emotional, bro. You never know what a day. That's why I always try to be. Um, if I can't help you, I try not to hurt people, bro. I really true. I try not to. Even when the person trying to hurt me, at times I'll be like, okay, okay, and then I ain't gonna lie. After a while, I get tired of that shit, and then I go ahead. But for the most part, I try to be like, okay, yeah, they just having a bad day. I'm bigger than that. I can take it. I can take it. I try to do that, but then sometimes I'd be like, I ain't in the mood to take your shit, bro. I ain't my responsibility because you all fuck me. I ain't lying to you. I'm being honest though. I said I ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. You catch me on a good day, bro, I can take a lot of shit. You catch me on a bad day, I ain't taking nothing. That's just how it is, man. But I never like intense. Like I'd be listening to somebody. And like unless they cool, like I ain't gonna call myself a troll, but I go like in missing my I be fucking with Gary. I always fuck with Tay. Anytime Tay go live, I fuck with her. Just talk a little shit, be trolling or whatever. But it's not with malice. It ain't with hate, you know. It's none of that. It's just, I'm being funny. And I might be a little distraction from what they talking about, but I'm being funny, man. And they know it ain't malice. And I ain't saying nothing egregious or hateful or nothing like that. You know. I like to have fun. So when people come in here, and long as it ain't out of malice, bro, I'd be like, I don't be minding. I don't be minding a little troll, man. Every once in a while. Yeah, she was going through some shit over here. Yeah. When you don't see folk, it makes you at least one. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think Gary might. I'm gonna say if Gary do a New Year's thing, he might do a New Year's live. I'm gonna see if he want to bring in the New Year. I don't think I ever did that. I don't even think. Usually, we got a little routine or ritual we do in my house during New Year. So I'll probably pop in afterward. But yeah, that's like a sacred time too. Um, but yeah. Let me get my butt off here, man. I appreciate y'all rocking and rolling with me, man. I'm trying to get this content. But I got to do some stuff around the house. And then after I finish that, I almost got the basement done. We almost got the basement cleared out. And once it get cleared out, I got to build my desk, add a new desk, and I built that, throwing the old one away. So I got to, build some shit. I already got it though. I just got to put it together. So hopefully, I want to redo my basement floor though. We got that old how I'm about to rip all that up and it's not like a latex floor, but it's a I forgot the name of it. It's not porcelain. It's not like it's a funny material and shit. But I'm gonna put that down. Um, do my floor and then just put two area rooms in it. I got everything except for the paint. I got to see what the name of that shit is. I know that shit expensive though, so. Um, Yeah, but no, it's not vinyl. It's like it looked like paint, but it's thicker than paint, and it's like more cushier than paint. I forgot the name of it, but I had helped somebody. I was selling a house, and the dude, it was friend of the family of my wife, and he asked me if I knew how to do hardwood floors, and I said yeah. So while I was up there doing the hardwood floor, it's some type of epoxy But he is it's sweet because he put like designs and shit in it, and it's like he just dumped this shit off, and then he had to like flatten it out. But when you after it was dry, it wasn't hard uh it wasn't hard. It was kind of like it wasn't gushy, but it wasn't like hard. I forgot the name of it, but his the guy his brother does got a business a company do it, and they do like it looked like marble almost. It almost looked like marble, but when you step on it, man, that shit is not like hard, but it's not like really soft. It's some type of epoxy. I forgot the name, but I get the name of it though. Yeah, it's similar to that. Yeah, it's similar to because the basketball. Well, I don't know the new courts, but usually it's hardwood with a coat on it. But this is I'm gonna find the name. I'm gonna find the video and show you because you can see they be having videos of it on Instagram where the people it looked like marble. Like once it's down and laid, it looked like marble. But when you walked on it, that shit feel kind of good, man. It's not like hard solid, but it's not like squishy soft. Like you don't sink into it, but it's not like hard. I can't. It's hard to explain. I'm gonna spread the love. Spread the love. Yeah, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna tag you in the video. I found a video and tag you. I found the video and tag you. I just seen one. I think it was on Facebook. Um, it was either on Instagram or Facebook. I just seen a video of them doing it, and I told my wife like we gonna put this on the ground, and she gonna call his people, her friends' people, and I'm like, no, I want to do it myself. But then when I'm looking, I'm like, I probably because I got I got a full basement, but it's two separate areas, and I want it on both sides, not just one side. I want the whole basement done like that. And I don't know if I can. I ain't got them skills to do it like they do, so I might let them do it. That shit probably will cost like about 4 or 5 grand. Though I don't know. When I see people shit, and I look like, nah, I could do it. I don't like paying people. I don't like paying people for shit I can do myself. That one is uber expensive, but let me get my butt off here, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations that create nations. And if this resonated with anybody, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, that's all I got.
And do it for the nine.
What up, Nine?